Welcome back to another film session on the Boomer Bust channel. I'm your host, Terry, and today, looking at Drew Brees incompletions versus the Raiders on Monday night. Obviously, a lot of people, or at least I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Drew Brees declining, people saying that he washed, all this type of stuff. And so I'm like, okay, let's go to the film. Like, I've been known Drew Brees to be washed, and I've been explicitly watched him this season, but I've seen part of the Raiders game and I've seen some highlights, and I'm like, what am I missing? So for the sake of time, I'm gonna just focus on the recent game and look at that. But overall, it'll be interesting to just kind of go through the film and see exactly what's happening. And so I got incompletions queued up, but I'm going to add in interceptions. That's just one extra play. So it's only 11 incompletions against the Raiders. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's not even a lot, but we're going to go into the film and see exactly what happened. To, I guess, answer that question, is Drew Brees washed or is it other stuff? Because most of the time I think it tends to be other stuff. So anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. Again, we got 12 plays. There's only 11 incompletions and then one interception. So I didn't even see the down. First and 10 or second and 4, sorry. So second and 4, and then they don't have Mike Thomas, which, I mean, that's not really an excuse, but just throwing it out there. So play action from under center, good time. And now it comes to two things. It's the decision and then it's the throw. So a lot of people are talking about his ability to throw, where I think his decision making is still pretty good. So you got play action. Just really almost a flood route. So we got, or flood concept, I should say. You're going to have play action. You're going to have one person in the flat. You're going to have the tight end do an over, and then we're going to do a post here. Now, the over is covered. Typically, that's what you want to look for. But this over route is going to be covered pretty well. They lead a flat almost completely. And so you asking a tough throw right there into almost triple coverage. So I would say right there, the decision isn't the best. I mean, even if the post isn't open, then at that point you want to go ahead and check it down to the flat and live to fight another day. I think you was just trying to get too much there. Brees said he's going to let it all hang out. I mean, because there's not much room to even be accurate on that play when you got triple coverage. So this first and 10. See, you got a little 2x2. I mean, that's a complete drop. And that's Emmanuel Sanders, too, who they brought in. So that's a complete drop by him. Just looks like all hitches. I mean, the camera didn't get over there so we could see the pass exactly, but that was a drop. So 3rd and 3. A tougher catch to make. Definitely had time to throw, but threw it into some traffic. So they run flat out of the bunch. And I see where he's going because two people did move up towards Sanders. Whoever that safety is made a good play. And it's hard to see from here, so we'll try to watch. But, I mean, it looked like the receiver had a chance to catch that. I mean, Brees sets himself up in the pocket, moves well, puts it on time. I mean, yeah, that's a drop. That's a drop. So far you got 2 drops. 2nd and 8. Got bunch trips to the right. And I guess this curl pattern is everywhere in the league. The league likes curl. So you'll get this little flat. You'll get this curl here. You'll get this curl over the middle. And it's hard to see from here if that was just too low. Obviously a short throw. All right, so pocket's clean. I mean, I think it's fine. You deliver it low and away. I can't see if it hit the ground or not, but so I'm not gonna call it a drop. But that's where you want to put that ball in man coverage, especially. So trips to the left. Looks like they had a little shallow cross. Another popular play in the league right now. Let's see. No, you just had a hitch, and then he converts it over. And it looks like the pass ended up being behind the receiver instead of hitting him in stride so that he can run with it. All right, pocket's clean. Yeah, I mean, and part of me understands because 42 is right there. So I don't know that you're able to necessarily hit him in stride. And maybe you're trying to protect him from getting his clock clean. But either way, the ball's a little behind, so the receiver had to adjust to it. Still think he could have made that catch. So that one's a little too high. Interesting routes out of this bunch. So they're just going to have somebody shallow cross, somebody hitch. And this is pretty much like a smash route where somebody goes to the corner. And it was open even before that person fell. But pass was too high. Flag on the play, not sure what they called, but let's see the pass pro here. I mean, pocket's clean. There's no interference right there. Just puts it up a little too high. All right, 1st and 8 in the 2nd quarter. In the white zone, play action. Throws that ball away. I mean, if anything, getting that ball at the back of the end zone, falling away, shows you some arm. Nowhere to really go with that. 2nd and 5, still in the 2nd quarter. Doesn't seem like there's too many incompletions in the 2nd half. All right, let me go back again. I didn't even see what happened. All right, so I had a shotgun. We had an outbreaking route. Oh, he throws it underneath. I couldn't even see the ball. Okay, so he throws the check down. That's going to be either Murray. I'm not sure which back that is. But he just throws the check down, and that is dropped. So you get essentially say 4 drops so far. Oh, that's Ty Montgomery. And let me see. This is 2nd and 5. I mean, that throw's fine because I know the narrative is they're not going downfield. So I'm seeing what's downfield. You had a hitch there. Check down there. This route was out. Now, I think you could have hit that. I definitely think you had the space to hit that. But either way, it's 2nd and 5. I understand the check down. I don't think that's an arm issue. All right, so moving on. 3rd and 5. Still in the second quarter. Trips to the right. And so this is the interception right before the half, very costly. So we'll look at what was happening here. So we got a little hitch there. We got an over route behind a vertical. And I know watching it live, because I seen this play, they was like, yo, it just seems like he didn't even see him. So let's get a little closer look. All right, pass pro looks pretty good. Interior comes through late. And I wonder if he, because I mean he's not able to step into this throw. I wonder if he was going to try to lob that over the linebacker's head. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I tend to believe Brees could have made that throw. Had he, been able to. Andres Pete, I believe, gets beat pretty bad. And even though he's able to get throw off, he's not able to step into it. And so, I mean, I'm not saying Brees has a cannon. I don't think he's had a cannon his whole career, but obviously, I mean, when you get older, the arm goes a little bit. And so it's kind of one of those things as well where the pocket's got to be a little clean. Things got to be right for you to make those plays. And when things are thrown off, where you're throwing off your back foot or you're throwing with no platform, you can't get the velocity that you usually do. So we're in the 4th quarter until his next incompletion. Play action here. Receiver, you already see stops a little, then continue. I believe that's Josh Hill. I don't know. So let me stop acting like I know the Saints team. But you can see the tight end stops. Wasn't sure if he was going to continue or not. Brees sets up the throw. Receiver kind of gears down, doesn't know if he should keep coming towards him. I mean, that's just a miscommunication to me. I think he's trying to get him away from the defender. And the tight end wasn't sure if he should work back. So, bunch trips to the right. Got a blitz going. Now this one, I am curious. Let me see. All right, so the time he hitches up, he's open. I can understand. I'm still feel like, why didn't he take that shot? But I understand. He's wide open. Oh, that's not even who he went to. Never mind. I'm not sure what Brees was looking at with that one. I mean, he's pretty covered. And, again, I'm not saying Brees didn't have a decline in his arm. And that might be a function of it, because you'll see where he sets up in the pocket is in line with Traquan Smith. Is not in line with, the other person who I couldn't tell who it is, but he's setting up in the pocket. Well, he's really drifting away. Oh, that's Hill. Hill was open, and then you could have went here. Yeah, not sure with the decision there. Let's see. But I do want to see if that was a drop. So steps up in the pocket, kind of cross body. I mean, that's a drop. You could have caught that. But I still don't like the decision. All right, 1st and 10. We're getting towards the end of the game. And I don't know how many completions he had, but again, only 11 incompletions. And, I mean, you had a huge jump until his, pretty much the whole third quarter. Well, no, the whole third quarter with no incompletions. So step into it. That just gets batted down. That's going to happen. And that's it. So, I mean, obviously, again, I haven't watched all the snaps from everything. But incompletions to me was a good indicator of, okay, this is when the play isn't going right. Let's see what happened. And I don't even really necessarily see a symptom of we only are going underneath. I think there's times he took shots. And I don't know what's in his head if he's uncomfortable taking bigger shots, but it seems like he's still trying to hit the defense where they're not, which is typically what Brees does, even though there's some misses there. And then on top of that, I still think his footwork in the pocket, I still think his vision, I still think all his other quarterback skills are intact. So everyone's like, oh, it's Brees washed. And they keep bringing up this stat of air yards. And so I don't know that that's the only way to measure somebody. Because even then, ESPN kept bringing up that stat. And it was only the first 2 games. But Derek Carr was up there. Derek Carr has a cannon. I mean, that man can still throw pretty well. And that was years ago. So let's not act like air yards are the end-all, be-all. And so when I hear washed, I'm thinking about how is he as an overall quarterback. And yes, as you decline in your arm, you're going to have to do things differently. But look, some entire offenses are based on underneath and mid-range throws. And so even though you might have an offense that's more vertical, that doesn't mean your quarterback's good. And so just because he's not doing vertical stuff doesn't mean he's not a good quarterback. So obviously a small sample size, but no, I mean, much like most of sports media, this is a little overblown to me. So I still think he's got everything shoulder up, and I still think his feet are good too. So go to the comment section, let me know what you think, share it around, get the conversation started, thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.